at the Starbucks Experience Bar in the Meatpacking District in Manhattan. How are you?
Good, how are you? Say like creative coffee drinks, kind of more along the lines of your regular Starbucks.
The sun-dried Brazil, and then what about the Paradisi blend?
Yeah, that's our house summer blend.
And we just selected the Paradise Blend Vintage 2019 and the sun-dried Brazilian Sateo Farm, and we're going to do a taste test and comparison.
Big paper filter as well. One of the great benefits of like a big paper filter, even if you're like brewing coffee at home, if you get a tan paper filter rather than like one of the white paper filters, these ones, the paper absorbs the oil of the coffee really well, so you end up getting, you know how if you get like daily coffee or a drip coffee sometimes and it has a bit of a sheen of oil on top? This doesn't have that at all because it's just got this paper filter takes that all away.
That's really pretty. What is your favorite on the menu?
Of the menu? Okay, so one of my favorite drinks that is unique to here is the Undertow Latte. It's a little 6-ounce latte. It's literally just a shot of espresso with like 2 ounces of half and half and a bit of vanilla syrup. It's like a tiny vanilla espresso latte and you just drink it all.
Now that he told us we have to try the Undertow Latte, now we're going to have to add that to the taste test too.
Exactly. Or your left, sorry. Okay. Yes. On your left is the sun-dried Brazil and then the Paradise.
Now we get to see how.
And then at 45. So this is just to incorporate the oils right away.
You can see the bubbles coming from the rock.
Then at 90 seconds, I'm going to take it off, and you'll see there's like 1 second where it's going to pop down in here. There. 1, 2, 3. Works exactly right. These will form into domes as the water pulls out. The bottom is my very favorite part. Like, it'll happen on this one in a second. All those gases and that's all like the flavor of the coffee. I like to think coming through at the last second.
Funny because this one actually came out to be darker.
Yeah.
And this one is actually a little darker now.
So usually, Charles, what kind of coffee do you like to drink? Do you do medium, dark?
I like dark roast, Colombian coffee, Cuban coffee, very strong. But I'm actually very impressed with how this process is done. And I'm looking forward to tasting coffee.
Yeah, me too.
Be careful at first.
Okay.
But it's really cool because with this coffee more than any other, you can really taste how it changes as it goes from like hot to cold. When it's hotter, I feel like I pick up on a bit more of like the acidic notes, especially in the Brazil. It kind of has a feeling of going from maker's chocolate to like true milk chocolate.
Alright, so we're going to sample the Brazil and then the Paradisi blend, and we'll let you know how it tastes. It has a light body, not too acidic. It goes down pretty smooth, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Got a nice rich, dark taste to it. It's great.
It's definitely a cut above the normal Starbucks blend. And he said it's a medium roast, so we can still taste all the hints and nuance and flavors. Thank you so much. Okay, so not everyone knows, how do I tell if I have an expensive cup of coffee or if it's just a cheap kind? And you might have seen this on the Folgers commercial, but the aroma. What kind of aroma does your coffee have? How about yours, Charles?
You know, I can feel the essence of tropical ice. I feel like I'm not in New York City. I feel like I'm waking up in Miami and having that morning bliss.
Well, it is called the Paradise Blend, right? So it does live up to its name. It's very light. So one thing that adds to the experience is the fact that he ground those coffee beans right here in front of us, and that only adds to the aroma.
I absolutely agree. I agree with the fact that it is freshly ground. The process of how that comes to fruition is an amazing process, and it's something that I think that I was not even aware of how coffee is made. Taking a little shot and put a filter in it, and good to go. But this is an experience I think that everyone should.
I mean, I always grew up on just whatever my mom and dad threw into the coffee blender, and I was like, what is this upscale coffee? But now that I'm sampling it here in Starbucks Reserve, there's no bitter aftertaste. Like Charles was saying, it just feels like you're on a beach. It's very light. The aroma is beautiful. It was beautiful to see how the air infiltrated the coffee at the top as he was brewing it. And the body is it's firm. It's not overwhelming.
Yes. It's not overwhelming as far as that. The taste is not as strong. It doesn't overwhelm you with just the coffee. It really goes in, and you can really taste the difference and the way it's been prepared.
It has a balance to it. It's kind of like a woman in a way. It's different notes. It's just really quite nice.
She said it first.
Alright, sorry. Alright, so we've been having a lot of fun in Paradise, but now we are going to switch over to the Brazilian sun-dried blend. And who doesn't want to go to Brazil, right? So
To the Bay.
I loved it.
I like it with cream. Yeah. It kind of blends a little bit more.
It's a really good, just like standard cup of coffee.
Yeah, it's light.
At least in like the Starbucks regular stores, we have Pike Place, etc. I think that this one is really good. It's kind of like our Pike Place. It's like really nice, full-bodied coffee that you can rely on to be good any way you make it, anytime you do it, and with the sugar. So enjoy the Brazil. Let me know.
Awesome, man. Thank you so
Alright,
much.
now we're on to the Brazil blend here. It's a little stuck.
It is so hot.
This is another thing that Starbucks Reserve was doing, was the coffee wasn't overly hot, and that's one way you can really sample just how good a cup tastes, because sometimes if you go to a gas station, they make it too hot just to kind of mask how it doesn't taste so good. This medium roast really gave us a sense of the rich notes that their cups had to offer us. Alright.
See that pour?
That was a great pour. Alright. So now we're just waiting on a little bit more cream and sugar, but first, while we're waiting, let's sample it black and taste the notes that way.
Wow. I like this.
You like this better? It's going to be a close call. Alright, I've never been to Brazil, but now I feel like I've experienced a little bit of it. It's definitely the best cup I've tasted. Alright, I guess the Brazil wins. This has spoiled us from any other regular Starbucks now. Now I'm going to be wanting the Brazil, and we can't go to normal Starbucks. Oh, you put honey in yours?
Your coffee.
All right, I put sugar. He was holding out the honey.
You don't need a lot. You just need a little 2 or 3 little drips of it. And
Now-
it's very sweet.
Now, I will say, because I usually drink my coffee with milk and sugar, and then to add it back in, this is the smoothest cup of coffee I have had. So for those of you who are like, I don't get, how do I tell expensive versus non? It comes down to, did you grind those coffee beans that morning? Did the coffee get enough oxygen? Is it the right temperature? We can really smell those flavors. And what are the notes like? Is there a bitter aftertaste, or is it just light in body? And all of these things together help you decide if this is a great cup of coffee. And I have to say, this is a great cup of coffee.
I am never going to drink normal decaf or carbonated coffee. I forever will now come to Starbucks.
Okay, so basically we are loving the Brazilian blend, and our host at Starbucks Reserve informed us that's because the sun-dried Brazilian blend takes an extra step of leaving the plant out long. It's basically like a cherry-like plant that these coffee beans grow on. And so by leaving them out in the sun, we get to experience the full slowness and beauty of the flavor through this drink. And it really is a unique experience. Oh my gosh, we ordered 2 pots of coffee to be like, yeah, so now I'm like, wait, we didn't get enough coffee.
Correct. We are completely brand new addicts.
Hi. So this is the one we just had, the Brazilian. This is so important to get the beans fresh like this. Yes, thanks for hanging out with us and sampling some coffee. We'll see you next time.
Next time. All right.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.